Alright, today thought I'd play an old favorite, obviously a classic game, Avengers. Far from a classic, but I enjoyed playing it for what it was. There's going to be a big update later today, and for whatever reason, even though there is no end game in this still, there's no raids, the gear still sucks, they're increasing the experience cap. They're making you grind more when you get to the game there's nothing to do. Don't ask me why, but they're getting a lot of flack for that, especially since the raid has been promised but not delivered for literal months. I have not been feeling too good today, but I haven't done anything like that, so I haven't increased the experience grind in any of the games I play.
A surprise party for me?
This is like the best way to level up because the enemies don't level up and you don't get gear.
Stand down. They're done. I almost feel like a bully. Almost.
They're saying that people are getting too confused purchasing stuff, which makes like no sense because if you played this game before, you'd know like pretty much only roughly half of the skill tree is actually like new moves. The rest of it is like passive buffs and stuff. There's not really anything to get confused about. Especially since I don't think this is the kind of game you would play if you hadn't really played anything with leveling up or decisions before. And also, there effectively aren't any decisions in this game because you can max everything. It's not like old school Diablo 2 where you could screw up your character and you had to really research and think about what you wanted to do. There's no thought process involved like that in this game. It's pretty much just get the things that are useful first and then go from there.
There we go.
They're saying that they won't lower it that much, but I think the real reason why they're doing it is because this game is failing and they're trying to get it ready for free-to-play. I don't think this game is anywhere near being ready for free-to-play. As much fun as I had playing this game, you know, despite all the problems with it, I still had fun playing this for what it was worth. It's got a pretty bad endgame right now, and I feel like they're just doing that to try to get new people to play, and maybe hope they won't notice that there hasn't been an endgame for like 7 months.
Something for me.
That does it, folks.
I almost feel like a bully. Almost.
a Western game, this game has pretty good combat. It's mostly just some of the artificial difficulty. And the fact that it probably would have been better off as just a single-player game. Because it's very apparent these people have no idea how to run a service game. I think the fact that Genshin Impact is basically just a bunch of lollies and Bishonen and Moe blobs
Ooh, this is gonna be
with
ugly.
no massive license like Marvel, you know, which is like one of the biggest entertainment franchises in the world. And you know, I hear that game's got problems with in-game and stuff too, but it's a lot better than what this has to offer. I think that's just made these guys have a lot harder of a time to catch up. You know, there's no Spider-Man in Genshin Impact, there's no Iron Man or Captain America, it's just a bunch of animes, but it's doing way better than this is.
I believe I have made my point.
And for my next trick, nice job, everyone.
Well, this will be simple.
Nice work, team.
Is that all?
Over here, dummy!
Like it!
This one's not getting back up. Oh, dizzy. That's not good.
The enemies have been defeated.
See, I can play ranged combat when it doesn't involve aiming. That's like the only time I can do it. Good at aiming, I am not. That's why I can't stand shooters. There's other reasons why I can't stand shooters, but I'm no good at head clickies. Anyway, let's go ahead and level her up. Didn't really feel too great today mentally, so as much as people complain about this game, it is fun to play. It's just it's got very little reason to keep playing, and I think it's odd how long it's taken them to really even remotely fix it. Let's see what else I can upgrade. I think I got most of the moves already. You don't really have any decisions to make in this game at all. I don't understand why they think that they need to make it take longer to grind. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. I feel like they should fix the gear first, but they don't seem to want to do that for whatever reason. I think this character is actually pretty cool, pretty greatly designed. You know, I don't like shooters, I'm not good at aiming at all. But they don't really make it so you have to. You can pretty much just play her as like just a katana weeb. They give you like They give you a lot of freedom with this character. I think the characters are actually pretty well designed. It's mostly just... I don't even remember what I was going to say. I'm so out of it right now. It's mostly just some of them have issues, like Captain America and Black Widow are very slow. The Hulk can't jump very fast. He gets staggered all the time because this game is like a faceplant simulator. He gets stuck on the ground all the time, so... I'm not really sure how they can fix that. Seems like it would be pretty easy, but I guess it's not because they haven't done it yet. Is any of this stuff even really worth getting? We got the majority of the good stuff. Alright, well, it's going to be pretty repetitive to keep watching me do this. I think I rather would play off camera anyway. Today's been a pretty rough day mentally. I think it's better that you guys don't get subjected to the burden of that. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off, upload this, and probably do a couple more grinding sessions. I haven't watched anything on Hawkeye. I've never been a fan of Hawkeye. I've always thought he's a very boring character. I don't really think they should have added 2 archers. Admittedly, as much as people complain about that, this chick here is very fun to play and is not just an archer. I just think the fact that they're adding 2 archers as their first 2 characters, it's been like 7 months since release, and they don't have like a really good variety of character archetypes. I think that's what the real problem is, and the fact that they're increasing the grind, but there's still nothing to grind for. I think those are the core issues. Supposedly, there might be like a roadmap or something today. They've been talking about raids for months now. And there's 2 problems I have with the raids. One is that they're saying it's going to be hours long, which, if you've ever played any action MMO, even though this game is a really crappy service game, it's a great single-player game, terrible service game, you know that breeds toxicity when you expect people to play well and cooperate for that long of a period of time. People get toxic, people won't take you unless you have a certain amount of gear, you need a specific build and stuff, and you know, the game is not stable either. They keep delaying it because they're saying that the netcode is not stable, which is true. I mean, I've had this game crash on me countless times. I actually really enjoyed the campaign of this. I feel like I got my 30 bucks out of the campaign, and then I got like another 50, 60 hours out of the endgame grind, even though there's not really much of an endgame to grind for. But towards the end of my experience with the campaign, the game was crashing. It felt like it was decomposing. Like, it crashed my PC, the assets stopped loading, the attack button stopped working. I can see how they want it to be more stable, but I really feel like they should rethink it and maybe make it something repeatable a couple times a week, but make it shorter. They already have a problem with a very floundering, rapidly declining, almost non-existent player base. There's not going to be that many people to play with in the first place, and then you have to factor in the people that will actually want to play a stressful long raid like this. One of the reasons people like stuff like Monster Hunter and God Eater and Tokiden and, you know, even more toxic raid-based games like DFO and stuff is the raids don't take that long. They're all like under an hour or so. You know, whatever your time or mental stress constraints are, you know, you can get it done pretty quickly. I think it's pretty concerning that they're taking this long to put out any meaningful endgame content, and it's going to be hours long. I don't really think the cards are in their favor right now, but I'm willing to give this game a chance. I mean, I uninstalled some stuff and reinstalled this. I'll see how Hawkeye is. Maybe they're actually going to step things up. You know, now that they've got a new character, maybe they can focus on the other aspects of the game, like the terrible loot system and stuff, but the fact that they're increasing the grind does not really instill a lot of confidence in me. Whether I play this anymore past the update, I mean, right now I've got kind of a dry period. I've got a little bit of a backlog with East 9 and Foregone, but other than that, I'm kind of just waiting for the summer when there's going to be a couple games I'm interested in. The Ninja Gaiden Master Collection, Samurai Warriors 5, Toon-Shay is coming out next month, a couple other small things like that. I might go ahead and play this some more. It seems like people actually like watching me play this, but towards the end I got kind of frustrated and just kind of uninstalled it because I wasn't really having fun anymore. But we'll see what they unveil later today. Thanks for watching.